The screen goes dark. The wind howls and the footsteps fade away. That day, Estrelyne Delmas left home, as usual. She took the same route every morning to get to work. But that day was different because she would never come back. And after 3 months, she still hasn't. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we are solving the mystery of Estrelyne Delmas. We will try to answer the question, where is Estrelyne Delmas now? And will the truth ever be revealed? Before we begin, subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Estrelyne Delmas, 25 years old, works at a company as a project manager for small local businesses. She lives in an apartment on the ground floor of a 3-story building in Miami. Her mother, stepfather, and boyfriend live nearby. On the day of her disappearance, Estrelyne drove to work, as always. She left her home on Northwest 13th Street at around 8:29 a.m. She was wearing black tight jeans, black flat shoes, and a gray sweater. A security camera at the entrance to the residential complex captured her image. It was the last time anyone saw her. During the day, Esterlyne was supposed to have lunch with a friend from work, but they never met. Then Esterlyne went to the office of one of her clients. According to the last message from Esterlyne to her mother, she got there at around 1:40 p.m. The lady says that Esterlyne never came. She was waiting for her daughter to come to her all day, but she didn't. Only at 8 o'clock in the evening did her mother get a message from her phone, which said that she had arrived home safely. However, it was definitely not her daughter writing the message. The handwriting was strange. And besides, when the woman called this number, it turned out that it belonged to some man. So what happened to Esterlyne? Did she voluntarily disappear? Was she kidnapped? Let's sort it out together. First, let's go back to that fateful day. It was November 24, 2021. At 8:29 a.m., Estrelyne Delmas left her house. As we can see from the footage of the security cameras, she got into a silver Chrysler Pacifica minivan. This is her car. Let's follow her route. From the very first days of the investigation, the police were interested in 2 questions. Who was the last person to see Estrella alive, and who made the call to her mother from her phone? Perhaps these 2 people are the same. However, the police failed to find him. The only thing they managed to find out was the brand and model of the car he was driving. According to witnesses, the driver of the Chrysler Pacifica minivan stopped near Estrelyne's house at around 8:20 a.m., and she got into it willingly. After that, the car drove off slowly. The neighbors say they saw a white van, but they could be mistaken. In any case, it was definitely not a stolen car. It belonged to the missing person's boyfriend, Jonathan Adams. That's his car. Later, several people reported seeing this van at various locations across the city. The police were able to track down Jonathan Adams. He told them that he had lent the car to his girlfriend for the day, because she was going to work. Moreover, he was the last person to see her alive. On the evening of November 24th, when the woman realized that her daughter hadn't come home, she immediately called her boyfriend and asked if he knew anything. Jonathan said that Estrelyne was supposed to return the car that night at 10 p.m., but by 10:30, he began to worry and decided to look for her. He called her friends, colleagues, visited her favorite places, but there was no sign of her anywhere. The young man tried to look calm and confident to reassure the desperate mother, but he himself was very worried. The woman felt that something was wrong with him. She insisted that they report the disappearance of her daughter to the police together. Jonathan agreed. He accompanied the distraught woman to the station. However, the next day, everything changed. Jonathan Adams suddenly disappeared, too. The young man packed up and left town. At the same time, he deleted all his pages on social networks and erased all the photos where he was pictured with Estrelyne. The police have classified him as a person of interest. His actions may indicate that he is hiding something, but so far there is no evidence of his involvement in the disappearance of the young woman. There are 3 main versions of what happened to Estrelyne Delmas. In the first version, Esterlyne was kidnapped. This is the most common scenario. Most likely, the girl was picked up by a stranger while walking down the street. But if this is true, why was the kidnapper waiting so long to contact her family for ransom? Usually, the first few hours are crucial in such cases, but the family didn't receive any calls. They also didn't receive any messages from the police. Although this version seems unlikely, it cannot be ruled out entirely. In the second version, Estrelyne disappeared voluntarily. She could have wanted to start a new life somewhere else, maybe even change her name and go abroad. Why else would she leave her things behind and forget to say goodbye to her loved ones? The police believe that the boyfriend played a role here. The couple may have quarreled and the woman left him. However, the investigators have no evidence for this. And why would she take the car if she was planning to go away? In addition, Estrelyne was supposed to meet a friend after work. She wouldn't have done that if she was planning to run away. In the third version, Estrelyne accidentally fell into a trap. She may have stumbled upon a crime scene and witnessed something she shouldn't have. It is possible that she got into a car accident and the perpetrator hit her body. In this case, the investigators should have found blood in the car and traces of a struggle. However, during the investigation of the vehicle, the police did not find anything like that. One of Estrelyne's friends gave conflicting testimony. On the day of Estrelyne's disappearance, they were supposed to have lunch together. The witness claims that she called Estrelyne at noon, but the phone was already turned off. It is strange that the witness noticed the absence of her friend at work and only realized the next morning that she hadn't shown up. This casts doubt on her credibility, but that's not all. In addition to the above-mentioned message from her mobile phone, Estrelyne's mother received another mysterious text from her daughter's phone. The sender's number was not specified. The content of the message was, "I'm sorry, I won't be able to call you again." These strange messages are of little help in the investigation, but nevertheless, they raise a lot of questions. Can someone else have sent them? Could it have been Estrelyne herself? But if she left willingly, why did she lie about being at her client's office? If she was kidnapped, who sent the message from her phone? And finally, if Estrelyne was killed, why do they keep silent? The police don't know the answers to these questions. And meanwhile, the investigation continues. The searchers focused on finding Estrelyne's abandoned car. That's what they were looking for, and that's what they found. On December, the police published a picture of the items found in the trunk of Estrelyne's car. Among them are a broken tripod, a laptop bag, and a box of beauty products. The investigators say these items were left behind intentionally. All of them were placed in the trunk in a very strange way, which indicates that Estrelyne was most likely hiding something. Now, let's summarize the main versions once again. If Estrelyne was kidnapped, why was the ransom not claimed? If she ran away, why did she leave all her belongings in the car? If she died accidentally, why is her body still missing? Unfortunately, there are no exact answers to these questions yet. The police are still looking for Estrelyne. The latest news from November says that they are following up on various tips and are actively searching in an area of interest to them. Family members, friends and relatives of the missing person are joining the search. They are posting missing persons posters and calling for help on the web. Did you like this story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think happened to Estrelyne Delmas? Do you think the truth will ever be revealed? The answer still remains in the dark. Thanks for watching. See you later.